unbearable to co-parent with these women and try to raise these children that they are pushing the fathers out of these kids' lives, right? And we get a lot of unrealistic people that'll say shit like, no matter what she does, it shouldn't affect your relationship with the child. Let me tell you something. I am a black man out here in society. It's hard enough just being a black man, making it to work and coming home without getting shot and oppressed by police and all the other demons that's in the environments that we live in.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFlare. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got something pretty good, man. I just happened to be scrolling on Instagram and I saw something. I saw a video, man, that seems to be a pretty good topic right now. Of course, this video went viral. Now, I didn't watch all of it. But pretty much as the title says, man, you know, the guy talks about, man, why a lot of guys end up leaving, right? You have some guys, I ain't gonna say a lot of guys, but you have some guys who leave their children behind, who do not want to have anything to do with their children. And it's because of the baby mothers, right? A lot of bitter baby moms make it hard for the children. Now, a lot of women are going to say, well, you need to vet your women. You need to do this. You need to do that. But to see, the sad thing about it is a lot of your women tend to be the same women they say you need to do better on, right? Hey, well, that woman is bad. But then again, they tend to carry the same characteristics as those women, right? They tend to walk in the same ways or have the same mindset. And when you call them out on it, then they'll either come up with some excuses, sit over here and say, oh no, that ain't me, yada, yada, yada. Or see, that's what happens a lot. When you sit over here and you call them out, that ain't me, no, you lying, yada, yada. Then when, you know, you say, hey, you know what, okay, that's fine. You know, you say it ain't you. Fast forward, you end up seeing, hey, well, yo, I thought you said this wasn't you, right? You just did what you just say you don't do. Well, here's the reason why I did it, because you did this, because you did that. There'll always be some excuse, plausible deniability. You'd be able to say that, man, because, hey, I'm not in that position to be able to do that right now. I have to prove that right now. But when you have to prove it, then there's going to be the excuses. And that's what a lot of women do. They say, you know what, hey, man, you know, listen, all these men who sit over here and pick these bad baby moms, yada, 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 which is true. Some guys pick bad women to lay down with and have kids with. But at the end of the day, when you have women who sit up here and do some of these things, when you have women who sit up here, man, and be bitter baby moms, when you have women who sit up here and say, well, you know what, you need to pick better. Well, you know what, these women are not good. These women are not good. They end up, once again, tend to be the same type of women. They will hold their child they will use their child as a weapon towards the father, just to get back at them, just to spite them. And these will be some of your educated women. These will be some of your women, man, who, guess what? Hey, oh man, that's rude to even do that. That's rude. That's mean. You shouldn't be this. You shouldn't be that. So once again, a lot of guys, man, who sit over here and leave the children alone, a lot of people demonize those guys, right? And I mean, hey, once again, you need to take care of your children. But at the same time, man, people need to understand why a lot of situations happen like that. Because once again, a lot of these women drive the father out. And this is what happens. A lot of women sit over here, talk smack about these men, say these men ain't this, yada, yada, but then turn around, give this man a kid. Then guess what, right? When it doesn't work out, they sit over here, jump on the internet, trash the man, yada, yada, yada. Now end up saying, hey, well, this man is this man is that. He doesn't take care of his kid. He doesn't do this. And then you know what the man say, you know what, man, forget it. Whatever accusations you're giving me, cool, it is what it is. I'm gonna move on. Let me just go ahead and let me get custody of my child, right? Let me at least be able to see my child. Now the woman put this man on child support. This man is sitting over here barely making ends meet, or he's sitting over here just making a buy. He's an average man. And guess what? Now, you know what? He's not paying the child support, but he is taking care of the child. He wants to be in a child's life. He goes to jail. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a whole cycle. And then the man is like, you know what? I don't even want to be in the child's life, especially for the guys, man, who sit over here and want to be in a child's life, but then turn around and say, you know what? Hey, what's the purpose of being it if every time I'm trying to see this child, this woman keep him away from me? And I had a whole video about this. about a couple of weeks ago where a guy talked about this, right? Where he's saying the deadbeats get treated better than the guys who are actually trying to be involved. It's just crazy, right? Deadbeats get treated better than the active father. So, I mean, hey, look, let's go ahead and watch this video real quick.
So unbearable to co-parent with these women and try to raise these children that they are pushing the fathers out of these kids' lives, right? And we get a lot of unrealistic people that'll say shit like, no matter what she does, it shouldn't affect your relationship with the child. Let me tell you something. I am a black man out here in society. It's hard enough just being a black man, making it to work and coming home without getting shot and oppressed by police and all the other demons that's in the environments that we live in. Now, not only do we got to jump through the hoops of being a black man out here in society, but we got to come and have a war with you as well, just to do the right thing by our kids. Let me say this once and for all. Our responsibility is the kid. We don't have to give you extra money for you. We don't even have to act like we like you. If the kids are old enough to make the phone calls, then there is no reason for you to be involved at all. Take your emotions out of it. It's about the kid. And when you do this nutty shit and this bitter shit and you're worried about who he fucking, who he seeing, who's at his residence, what girlfriend he got, what chick he got around braiding your daughter hair and all of this weird shit, that's where the confusion comes in. Let these men that want to be fathers father their kid without you being a fucking headache. Stop pushing these black men out of their kids' life. It takes a village, and little boys need their dads, and so do.
Chef kisses, chef kisses, chef kisses, chef kisses, chef kisses, man. Chef kisses, bro, because, man, he was spot on with it. He was spot on with it. And like he said, man, just going back to his biggest point, because I remember when I first started this YouTube channel, right, where somebody had commented, right, because I used to do a bunch of bitter baby mom posts. Somebody had said, man, no matter what that woman, because the man said he didn't even want to deal with the child anymore, because he's like, man, every time I try to deal with this child, this woman tries to get in the way. This woman tries to do everything in her power to keep me away from this child. So you know what? I give up, right? If the judges can't even see this, then hey, she can have the child, because at this point, ain't nobody trying to help me. Obviously, nobody is trying to listen to me, right? And whoever can, in the power at be that can help me is not trying to help me. So guess what? I'm gonna just leave the child alone, right? But like he said, man, you have women who sit up here and say, and once again, you have the woman who sat up here and said on my post, right? No matter what a woman does, right? She can do the most vilest of things, right? Sit over here and say, man, you a pedo, yada, yada, yada. Guess what? At the end of the day, if she is saying that, you can't even it's going to be hard for you to be able to see a kid. But guess what? Women will still sit over here and say, no matter what these women do, you cannot let that get in between the relationship between you and your daughter. Well, if you got you got bitter baby moms who sit over here, because you have women who do that. If you got sisters who sit over here, or bitter baby moms who sit over here and push false narratives and lie on men, right? And falsely accuse men of doing certain things that they don't do, then I mean, what do you expect? Right? What do you expect? These guys, like, they're not going to be able to see their kids. They're not going to be able to chill with their kids, because now you're putting accusations on them. You're making it too hard. As he said, I'm having to sit over here, bust my tail for my kids. I got to sit over here and bust my tail for now a new girlfriend that I have because you couldn't fall through. Now I got to bust my tail for my kids I have with you, and my girlfriend, all for myself. And it's already hard to live in this economy by yourself in the first place, right? So I got to sit over here, and then on top of that, the money that I'm giving to you for the kid is also going to you. But nobody's helping me, support my lifestyle. But I have to support you and my child's lifestyle when it's only supposed to be for the child. But once again, this man is exhausted, as he's saying. Every man is exhausted coming home. What makes you think we got to sit over here and argue with these women? We got to sit over here and argue with our own baby mothers. Now, once again, at the end of the day, it comes down to picking your baby mother, right? You have to vet. At the end of the day, you have to vet. So, I mean, at the end of the day, hey, like I said, he was spitting some facts. You can't even freaking beat it, man. But if you are a woman and you sit over here and think that it is okay to try to take advantage of men like this, sad. Right? Sad case. You're a sad case. Do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe.